Hey there everybody, welcome back to the Planes, Trains, and Comic Books channel. My name's Matt, and today we're going to review Klik Klik Boom number 1. But before we get into that, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing, subscribing, commenting, it really helps me out and lets me know what you guys want to see more of. So, with that being said, let's get straight into it. Alright, we got the cover here for Klik Klik Boom number 1. It is an Image comic, and it is by Wagner, Dabbs, Wilson, and Dukeshire. And we start off in New York City with a girl walking around and taking pictures of a lot of different people and places, and it's unique because she's using an old Polaroid camera. And for the most part, she seems pretty innocent, and she eventually gets to outside of a certain building, and she starts to hang out and just take pictures of the people going in and out and walking by. And then she reaches in her bag that's full of photos, and she pulls out a gun, and she walks into the building, which happens to be a bank. Then from the outside, we hear shots, we hear screaming, and windows begin to shatter. Then we cut to today, New York City, because what just happened in the bank happened a couple days ago. And we're introduced to this woman who is a podcaster, but also wants to be a journalist. And she's trying to figure out who this mysterious woman is that went into the bank and shot people. And it turns out that she's tracked the shooter down to a couple different buildings where she's shown up, but she hasn't shot anybody. This was the first time that that's happened, so this makes it unique. And she discovers that at all those properties she went to, there was one owner named Minerva World Services. So she decides to go to the headquarters to see if they will talk to her about these incidences at their properties. So the podcaster goes to the main corporate headquarters of Minerva World Services. And when she goes to the front desk to try to introduce herself and see if she can get in to talk to someone, the receptionist already knows her name, and she says, "No one here wants to talk to you." So the podcaster, who's named Miss Biggs, gets kind of intimidated because the receptionist knowing her name is just very weird and kind of threatening. So she does leave. Then we cut to 30 minutes later, and Mrs. Big is on the run from someone. She's very scared, and she's hiding in a tunnel, and she's calling 911 and saying that 3 men followed her from Minerva World Services. And that's where we're going to stop it. I don't want to spoil anything else. So I actually just picked this book up randomly. It sounded like a cool premise of a mute girl going around and she's some kind of super assassin, but no one really knows who she is or why she's doing what she's doing. I thought the writing was really good. A lot of the book is actually from the assassin's point of view, and she's mute, so there's not really any talking. So I got to give it to the artist and the writer for really making the panels flow together and easily understandable what they're trying to convey in the story without any words. I also like the addition of Miss Biggs in the story because the description didn't have her side of it at all in there. And she's kind of our window into this story. So I figure she'll probably be the person that we follow mostly as events unfold. I like the art a lot. I really like the use of color in this because the assassin is very colorful, especially in the way she dresses and acts. And whenever she's on the page, there's a lot of color and it's very vibrant. But then when we cut to Miss Biggs and her apartment and the places she goes, it's usually very muted and a bit more drab. So I thought the art did a really good job of communicating the differences between those two characters. So overall, I thought this book was really interesting, and it was actually better than I thought it was going to be. So I'm going to give this book a 4 out of 5. I'm definitely going to continue reading this because it had a very strong start and a really good setup for a really cool action crime story. So I'm excited about that. So if you saw anything you like, definitely go pick that up at your local comic book store, and we will see you all in the next one.